Hello everyone, welcome to the second video for Final Boss Print and Play, a little short game. In the second video I would like to explain you action selection phase, how to acquire new skills, how to get new dice and numbers into your character, and then maybe show you some sample rounds so it will be very easy to try this game. Don't forget, if you didn't watch the first part, please do so, because it will be a little bit messy if you jump in just to the second video right now. If you would like to check this game and print it and play, it's very easy. I will post files into my Facebook group, One Page Creations. You can find the PDF files there. You can print it and play it against your friend or for solo game. You can play for dragon character against samurai as a virtual opponent, or you can play for samurai and go against dragon virtual opponent. You are able even go for dragon against another dragon. It's up to you. Firstly, I will try to explain how to acquire new skills and numbers and dice with actions. So as I mentioned before in the first video, there are 4 attributes for this game. There is attack, defense, life and initiative. If you would like to add some dice into your attributes, you have to perform dice action. Here is row for various actions. There are 4 main actions for this game: to acquire experience, to acquire skills, to acquire dice and acquire number. If you will perform dice action, you simply select first dice from the row from the left, which you didn't acquire previously. So we don't have any dice, so we started with the first one, is D4, and now you have to choose which status or which attributes you would like to expand with this dice. So for example, if I would like to add this dice into the attack, I simply write down D4 into the small window representing dice action placement. I will write down D4. Each attribute has its own number of slots or number of available place where you can put dice and numbers. As you can see, there is limited amount of dice and numbers you can place inside your attribute. The second option is to place number. The triangle space is for number action and the square space is for dice action. For example, in the next round I will go for number action. In case I will choose number action, simply I choose the first number from the left, first available number from the left, and I simply put this number into one of my attributes. If I would like to go for the defense, second attribute, I can see that for adding numbers from the number action, you have only one place, only one triangle, so I will put there the number 2. If I would like to add another number via number action into the defense, I am not able to do it. I am not able to do so because samurai for defense has only one place for adding number via number actions. If I, for example, in the next round go for skill action, I will simply select one skill. Firstly, I have to learn the first row and then the second row. So there are 4 areas or 4 double rows for various skills. So I am able to choose from which part I'm gonna to learn the skill. For instance, I'm going to learn War Cry. I will mark this spot, and my samurai learned this skill, War Cry, and I can see what does it mean for this character. Samurai gets +1 attack and +1 defense. I will do it right now. This is a small boost for my character. Don't forget, this skill adjustment is not same as the number action or dice action. So even if I already added number into the defense section, I can still add the number +1 defense modifier, because this is skills. This is for a skills modification. It's not for number actions. So again, for War Cry, I'm going to get +1 attack. So I simply write down number 1. It's another number to attack. And also +1 defense. So another number for defense. Okay, for next round, I can go for experiences action. Experience action, it means I'm going to get +1 experience into one of the statistic. I can go, for example, for defense. So this row of circles represent experience numbers, experiences bonuses, and you can circle these. You can circle each of these small areas each time you are getting experience actions. Before you even start with the game, before you start with the game, you have to firstly mark which action will be performed by which number. So before you start playing this game, you have to roll 2 d4 dice. I will do it right now. So let's go to the application. I will add 2 d4 dice, and I rolled. Okay, I will be rolling again, because for this example video I would like to show you different numbers adding different numbers into the characters before you start. So I will roll again. Nice. Let's do it again. Okay, number 2 and number 3. Let's go back to my game. And before you even start, if you are playing for solo game, you have to assign number for action. So each turn you know which action will be performed. I rolled number 2 and I rolled number 3. First number will be assigned to dragon character, and then I will assign number 3 into samurai character. Then simply fill out all the rest fields for action selection. So each action will be connected with the specific unique number. Okay, I will do it right now. Nice. Now we are able to start the game. For the first round, I will roll 2 dice. Again, let's go back to application. You can use normal dice or you can use application. It's up to you. Each character has its own unique dice. Some have. It's really depends on the character. So it's easy to use application if you don't have enough dice. Let's roll dice. This time, if I roll 2 same number, it's no problem. I would like to roll different numbers only for the start of the game to assign numbers to the action. So it will be a little bit easier for me to show you the aspect of the dice drafting with different numbers. For the first round, I rolled number 1 and number 2. Let's go back to our pages. I am playing for the samurai character and my virtual opponent is dragon character. I rolled number 1 and number 2. Okay, let's check it. Let's check it if I remember correctly. Okay, number 2 and number 1. This is first round, so I will mark the first round. This is the place where you can mark your numbers. You are playing 15 rounds for solo game. So I rolled number 1 and number 2. This is first round. Now I have to check which number will be assigned to my character and which number will be assigned to my virtual opponent. For the first round, I would like to go for dice action. In my character, dice action is represented by the number 1. So I will go for number 1. I will perform dice action. Simply select the first 3 dice from the left side of this row and simply add this dice into one of the 4 attributes. If I will add a d4 into attack, then I will be not able to add another dice, more powerful dice, so I will spare 1 free spot for adding dice into the attack. I will add this dice into the life. When you are adding dice into the life or initiative, you have to roll these dice. So I will roll right now the d4. Okay, let's do it. d4. I rolled number 1. Not good for me. Okay, so as I mentioned before, I will add this number into the life. And don't forget, for the virtual opponent, you have chosen that he will go for the action with the number 2. His action with number 2 experiences action. And right now, maybe you are asking, okay, so we will add experiences for Dragon, virtual character, but which attributes will be affected? The attribute that will be affected depends on the number of action you added to your character. So you added number 1 for you from the dice roll. So now we will add the experience into the first field. First field is attack. Okay, let's go for the second round. We will go right now for the second round. Again, it's very easy. You have to roll 2 d4 dice. And the numbers will be 2 and 1. Okay, no problem. Again, the same number, 1 and 2. This time, for the second round, I will perform for my character Samurai action with the number 2 to show you how to play various actions. Action number 2 is adding number into my character. So simply select first number from the left side of the row of numbers, first 3 number, and simply add this number into one of my attributes. I will go and add this number 2 into my initiative. Initiative is the last one, and I have 2 spots for adding numbers into this attribute via the number action. If you checked again below number action, there is also triangle behind. So you can see simply how many times you can get numbers from number action into the initiative. Simply put number 2 into one of the triangle. Okay, it was number 2 as an action for me. And don't forget you have to also perform action for dragon virtual character. You will perform action with the number 1. Number 1 is the number attributes. So again, simply select first free number from the left, and where to put this number, again, it depends which number of the action you selected for your characters. You selected number 2, so we will add number 2 into the second attribute, is defense. Okay, let's go for the third round. Again, very easy. Simply roll 2 dice. Okay, I rolled again number 1 and number 2, and it will be for the third time that I rolled these numbers. So I will a little bit cheat for this video, and I will try to roll different numbers. Okay, at least I have 3 there. Let's do it. Number 2 and number 3. For the third round, I rolled these numbers, and I have to choose which action will be performed by my character and which number will be performed by virtual character. I will go for the 2 as my action. It means I will add another number, simply mark the next number, and I can go for the initiative again. Nice. And opponent will perform action with number 3. It means skill. Now, which skill will be added into the dragon character? It depends on the number you selected for your character. Because you selected number 2, it means dragon will be learning skill from the second. This is the first skill set. This is the second skill set. This is the third skill set, and this is the fourth skill set. Every skill set has first skill and second skill. Every character must firstly learn skill from the first row. So again, I select skill action for dragon character, and we will be learning skill from the second skill set, because number 2 was selected for me. So I will go for dragon skin, and the virtual opponent, the dragon, learned dragon skin. What does it mean, dragon skin? Let's check it. If you take damage, lower your initiative first. It's very useful skill, because after the 15 rounds where both characters will be prepared for battle, then if the dragon will be damaged, he is not losing life, he is firstly losing initiative points, and after there will be no initiative points for dragon, then damage will be resulting in life loss. So it's very useful to learn these skills, because it's it's much harder to go against a character with many skills. And you continue playing this game, and each turn you are rolling 2 dice, and every time you are selecting one number as an action for your character and second number as an action for your virtual character. Don't forget, if the virtual opponent is learning skill, you have to check which number is assigned to your character, so you know from which skill set you are learning these new attributes or new skills. So you are continue playing this game, and it's very crucial that you will check each time you are adding dice, for instance, or just a number dice. If I will add a D6 into my samurai field, this is the field for adding dice via dice action. If there is special skill for samurai or another character which will grant samurai additional dice or additional number, you simply put the additional number or dice into the character attributes, even if there is no place, because additional number or dice will be placed there via skill, not via action, number action or dice action. If I will choose next action as for instance adding new dice, so I already added d6, for instance I am going to add a d8. I cannot put it here in the attack because there are no fields left free for adding dice via dice action. Into the attack I can only go for number via number action, or I can go for experiences action and add additional experiences into the samurai attack. For virtual character it's a little bit different, because you are responsible for selecting actions every turn. It's very unfair for the virtual opponent because you are in charge of this selection. So in case you select for virtual opponent adding dice, we will simply put the d4 into the attack if it will be okay via the number selection, and in next round you again select adding dice for dragon attack, so you will go for d6, and in next round if you selected adding dice for attack of the dragon again, you are simply adding this new die even if there is no place for him, because it's virtual opponent. So the restriction of the spots for attributes is only for actual players, it's not for virtual opponents. And you will continue again each round, rolling 2 dice, d4, select one action for you, one action for your virtual opponent. And after the 15 rounds, you marked the final result for your character. For instance, for samurai, maybe my final status for attack will be d6 plus 12. Why 12? Because I added number 7 into the attack field, and I also added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 experiences points. So it means 7 plus 5 is 12. So my final number for attack for samurai will be d6 plus 12. Defense for samurai could be maybe d12. Here will be 4 and 2 experiences points. So defense for samurai will be d12 plus 7. Why 7? Because I added number 4 into defense and I added also 3 experiences points. Then life maybe could be I added during the game number 7 and 1 experiences points. So the final life number for samurai will be 9, and initiative could be maybe I added dice into the initiative and this dice roll resulted in number 10. So for example, my initiative number for samurai for the battle will be 10, 12, 15, 16. 16. Okay. Final number for my virtual opponent could be for attack maybe d4, d8 and d6 plus 1 because I added 1 experiences points, and so on and so on. So you will fill these final numbers for the final battle, and the player who has most initiative numbers will be attacking first. So if you are the player with the most initiative collected numbers of the or you have the highest number for initiative, you simply roll your d6 die and add a 12th number to this, and you have final attack number. Virtual opponent will be rolling his defensive dice plus all numbers and experiences to get his final defense number. If your attack number is higher than his defense number, you are dealing damage. If his defense number is higher than your attack value, then there is no damage placed inside the character. If there is damage placed inside the character, simply mark a new number for life, and you are losing life, so you are always giving the lower number for life, and then another player is attacking. So if you are the first one to attack, then dragon will be attack you, and then you are again attacking dragon and dragon attacking you until one of the character has no life left. Initiative points are very important because the character with the highest number is attacking first, and also in case you roll small number on your dice and you are unlucky, you have to perform reroll die. If you would like to reroll your dice, you are losing half of your initiative rounded up. So in case you have number 7 as your initiative, you are rolling d6 for attack and you rolled only number 1. So you would like to reroll. Simply reroll these dice and you are losing half of initiative rounded up. So 7, it will be 3.5, and rounded up, it means your new initiative number will be 4. This reroll option is also available for virtual opponent, and I created simple logic form how to perform reroll options for your virtual opponent. It's very easy. If the virtual opponent is attacking you and you rolled higher defense number than his final attack number, if there is option for virtual opponent to get above your defense, so if he is able to perform reroll and get higher number to go above your defense number, then you have to also perform this reroll for the virtual opponent, and also dragon will lose half of his initiative numbers. The same is for defense. If you are attacking with samurai against virtual opponent dragon, if the dragon rolled small number for the defense and it could lead to his lose life option, and if there is options to reroll some dice to get better defense and stop your attack, then you have to perform the reroll and lose half of the initiative for the dragon. It's very simple logic. So the virtual opponent is rerolling only in case he was unsuccessful with the attack or unsuccessful with the defense, and there is still options to reroll with a higher number on the dice. You are always rerolling the higher dice or the dice with the options to get this better result. It's very easy. I know it's a little bit difficult for this video if you are checking this game for the first time, but trust me, it's very simple. You are always rolling 2 dice, you are selecting action for your character, and another action will be performed by virtual opponent. You are going through the 15 rounds, you are collecting dice, you are collecting numbers, you are trying to boost your character as much as possible. One very important thing I forgot to mention: when you are playing against virtual opponent for the normal difficulty gets additional 5 points into the all statistic. So it will be additional 5 points for attack, additional 5 points at the start of the game. You can do it. 5 points for the life or 5 points for the initiative. If you are going for the hard difficulty, you are adding number 10 in all fields of the virtual opponent. So Dragon at the start of the game will start with the number 10 in all 4 attribute fields. It's much tougher to get this opponent down with such a high number. That's why it's hard difficulty. Okay, thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, just simply leave comment here or ask me on Facebook. I would like to help you and answer all the questions. It's very easy game. It's very satisfying games for solo. It's quick filler because you are drafting a dice. You can even create some kind of tournament with many players, and during the first part of the game, creating a character, building up character, you can play, all players can play at the same time. So even if you have 7 players, you can draft at the same times dice around the table, and the first part will be finished very easily, drafting dice and action selection for the first part, and then you can create some kind of tournaments with these characters. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye.